Hello and welcome. It's Sandra here, and I am the last of our one sheet wonders, our 6-inch one sheet wonders. I'm just refreshing the screen I've got here to make sure that, excuse me, that I am actually live in the group. There's been a lot of colds and flus around, and sadly, I think I'm succumbed to being one of them. I am just a little bit doubtful here. This doesn't seem to be going live. It might just be need another refresh. Let me just see. And yes, we're down onto the table. That's great. Okay, so here is my 6-inch one sheet wonder. I will be showing you how to cut this out. And of course, as the other presenters have said, if you are one of our customers and you make a purchase from us, then you will get the PDF tutorial with all the measurements in and all our card photos and images there for you. So I hope you can see me okay there. It's a little bit wide on that screen. So let me see if I make a little tad bigger without going bonkers. No, maybe not. Okay, so we're ready to go. So my one sheet wonder is using these fantastic Traditions of Christmas design series papers. They are just incredible. Stampin Up, as hard as these have come into stock, Stampin Up have sold out virtually immediately. One of the earlier lots that came in was sold out in the 7 European countries in 4 hours. But I have got some good news for my customers here in the UK. Sadly, they've gone again. They're already sold out. But I have managed to get my hands on some packs quickly. I just slapped the order through. I have got some packs on their way to me. So if anyone is desperately for them here in the UK, then give me a shout. I have got a class that I'm going to be running with it. It might not be in time for this Christmas, but it will be definitely over maybe Twixmas when I have some sessions here at my studio. Okay, so these are the patterns, and I will just show you the backs just to make sure. This one is, I've got so little left of this, you might not see the back of this one, so I'll bring that to the front. And these are the backs of the patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got stripes and spots and all sorts in there. They are truly amazing. Just Stampin' Up cannot get enough of them. So I've got those on the way. We'll put those away for now. So sadly, when we actually prepare our presentations, we can't guarantee what's going to still be here. It is, a lot of things now are on they're here, they're gone. So we do the best we can. So I've taken a 6-inch piece of this. I've just covered up my 6-inch template. It's up there. Let me just get that one down so I can see it. So my 6 inches, I'm going to start by cutting in half lengthways through the middle. So I'm just going to show this one cut there. I will be showing you one card in full, and then the others, I'll show you the samples with them, and then from there, obviously you can get the tutorial as well. I'm going to cut this one first at my 2-inch mark here. So that's going to be my first piece. Oh, I'm going to just lay these to the side of me actually, because I hope you can see, you should be able to see that there. So I'm going to cut these as I go. And then the next one is a 3-inch. So I've already got 3-inch one way. We're just going to make that another 3-inch. I'm going to put that one there. And then this piece here is 3 inches. So I need 3 lots of 1-inch. So I'm using the little piece to the right here. This gets neglected over here, but if you've got small pieces, you've got a bigger piece to keep your hand on, and it's on the 1-inch mark. So I'm going to do 1. And then this one's going to be in the middle. So 1 inch either side, 1 inch there and 1 inch there. Without moving, and then just pop those 2 off there. So I'm just see me lining these up to the side here. So then this is the rest of them. This is going to be 2 1/4 as my first cut. 2 1/4 there. This is actually the piece I'm going to be using with you. And then I'm going to turn it and cut it in half at 1 1/2. Okay, on here. Very like so. So that is the one I'm going to use today. And then this one is I'm taking the piece off this end actually. It doesn't matter which way around we do it. But it's actually 1 3/4 coming in from this end, just to keep your little jigsaw together. I'm going to turn it round. So I'm taking 1 3/4 off that one, which is this piece to the right. Now this piece here is going to be divided into 4. It's not perfect squares, but I'm going to start by cutting down that at 1 inch. So it's 1 inch and 1 inch either side there. Just make sure that on the lines. Keep it nice and straight and still, steady. Then I'm going to turn this and cut these at 1 1/2. So, unfortunately, I can't see the comments. Oh, can I see comments? There are some coming up. There's Jackie's on there. Hello, Jackie. So I'm just going to do, what did I say, 1 1/2. So it's 3. So I'm doing 1 1/2 this side. So cut these other pieces here. and then these will move those over. That's that one and that one. So they all line up together. So if I was to put those nice and close together, you would find that they are all in one line again. Okay, so these, like I say, these are the ones I'm using today. So I'm going to batch these ones up. I have got some matte layers. I've already cut those, and I will just say that any of my customers that are ordering to get the tutorial, I will be having a cutting diagram for the matte layers as well. Okay, so that you can cut that nice and economically. I'm just leaning across there to take those off the board I've prepared over the back there. So these are my matte layers that I'm going to put on here. So we're going to start building my card now. So I'm going to, these matte layers are 1/4 of an inch bigger than what I've just cut. Linda, it is beautiful, DSP. I've got my MacBook here and I can actually see the comments coming up today. So whether they'll be in order or what, I don't know. So hi Linda, and hi Sharon, and hi Jackie. So I have literally just got these 2 layers cut ready. I had Tombow easily to hand, and I have my tried and tested tweezers. Can't work without tweezers, can I? Those of you who know me well. Okay, so I'm going to pop something back here. Now, a lot of one-sheet wonders that I've done in the past. Really pleased that it was the decision to do this one, this bi-monthly presentation. They are so useful. And as you'll see by the presentations you've already watched, they're so versatile, and they make your designer series paper, especially the gold embellished ones like this, it makes them go so much further, and it gives you easy cutting templates to repeat lots of designs. Okay, so there are my layers ready to go on. So I'm going to put those over the side there. Apologies, I've got shadows in here. You know, it's now winter here, daylight savings times in the UK, and we are in the dusk period. Okay, this is half a sheet of our standard cardstock. Okay, and I've scored it in half already. It's just a standard card base. Then over here, I've already run this through. I've got a white layer and I've run it through my embossed brick embossing folder. This is a standard faithful of mine now. It's still in the catalogue. Came over from a previous one, and I use this an awful lot. I just love it. It's we all have our favourite products, and I'll just hold it up to you, up to the camera a little bit closer, just so you can see the detail on here. Hopefully not in the shadow. I'm just twisting that. I can't see, it's a little bit delayed on there, but it's just a distressed brick, really, a nice tiny brick, really beautiful. So that's that one. So come around here, just around the edge. I love the Tombow, a quick squirt around the outside, not too close to the edge, and then we can get that down onto the card. A little dot in the middle helps, just so it doesn't buckle up and kick up in the middle. Okay, so that's that. So those are a base done. I'm just looking for the card. That's my sample. And there it is. Okay, so these 2 panels are going to go in the middle here. Now, it's up to you which way you put these up, because when you've got pieces cut like this, you can see how maybe they once came together, like so. You can put them the same way. You can, as long as the leaves are generally, I like to see leaves going the direction that they were. They have fern coming upwards and we have these ones coming down. So I really don't think it matters. Okay, I've done very similar on the other one. So I'm going to hold those just on there for the time being. Now for the next one, I've just got a little bit of a technique to show you. Another product I really love, whoops, my screen keeps dying, is the Stylish Shapes die set, 159183. They're still going strong. They are no longer in the catalogue, but they are on online exclusive. So they've moved across to the online store. So if you want to request your demo to get them for you or place an order, then that is the number that you will require. I think that's still current, 159. I don't think the number's changed. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares and 4 banners. Absolutely so useful set. It's brilliant. I've already cut the big one here and I've cut the big one here. Okay, we're going to use both of those today. Pop those out of reach. Now, here is my banner, and here is my little one that's going to go in the middle to finish with. Okay, I'm going to remove that for now. I just want to line up. I think the easiest way for me to show you this is actually going to be to show you the finished article. So maybe I should have shown you that to start with. This is my finished card, okay, that we're now replicating. So I'm going to actually divide this into 3 pieces. So I'm going to get out my handy scissors, and I'm just going to cut this roughly. Not going to see these ends. So I want a piece off the top and a piece off the bottom, like so, and then I've got a piece in the middle. Okay, so that's going to be how my banner is going to be elongated, just to make it look a little bit bigger. So I find the easiest way to do this, if you've got a ruler to hand, you can mark the middle with a pencil. I do tend to, you know me, I tend to eyeball a lot. If you've got grid paper like this, you can actually use the grid paper. So I've got this on 15. I've got that just over 25, so if I get that in the middle, this 20, this black line through the middle here is going to kind of be my middle. So if I take a piece there and then I take a piece here, I'm quite happy that that's going to be in the middle. Okay, so we'll take those out of the way for now, and I'm just going to stick this piece in the middle. So I'm going to take my tweezers. I've had these ones are matted flat. The gold is matted flat on the back, so this is just going to have some tombow on it. And in line with those ones, I want that to be in line with the centre. So if I was to move my name out of the way, just move that up a little bit, I could actually position this in the middle of the card. Okay, so as long as I get the same depth up and down, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5, then that means I've got about 7.5 the other side. So this grid paper is available to purchase. Demos use it for classes and things like that, but it is available to customers as well, and it's on a pad of 100 sheets. So just in case you fancy purchasing some of that. Now this I'm going to cover up my pencil marks and leave that just a little bit further down, like so. I want to just place this over to make sure it's going to be spaced nicely. So you're not going to see this ledge if it's not going to be not quite so straight. And then this one will sit over the top, but they will be raised. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to pop that one down there. I was thinking, what can I use? I wanted to use something that would be like a ribbon, but the ribbon wasn't, I didn't want too much heavy red, and just trying to play around with things. And I came up with this idea to elongate. Unless somebody got a ruler out, they're not going to know if they're not quite in line. Okay, if you really wanted to, you could draw a line down the middle there. Okay, now I need my dimensionals, and yes, Sandra was so well prepared. And then I've just realised I've got gems over there that I don't need, but I don't think I've got dimensionals out. So just bear with me a little tiny moment. I've been out on my table. No matter how organised you are, sorry. When you go on holiday, there's always bound to be something you forget. When you do a presentation like this online live, then there's going to be bound to be something you forget. So I'm being generous here, putting the large ones on here. I do like to use up all the squitty bits that are left over. So I'm just using the big ones today for ease. Okay. Not really big enough to worry about the middle. So I'm just going to place this a little bit lower than that middle line. We're still sitting smart to that middle line. I want a little bit of a gap, but I want it to be even Stevens either side. Okay, so I'm going to place that one on there. And then the same for this one. Hope you can all still see me. And in line with those oh, no, mute. Oh dear, I've tapped the screen twice. There we go. We don't want me talking twice, do we? In echo. I will go back and read the comments. I am out this evening, but I will be back this evening later on, and I'm normally a late bird, so I will go through and check the comments later and get back to you all. Okay, just making sure that that's still in the middle. That was on the line there. Okay, to be in the middle and in the line, middle of the line that way. You could actually, if you wanted to do a standard base card regularly, you could actually have a piece of grid paper. You could mark the corners, so a little bit this side and there, and just on the outskirts, and one that way, maybe horizontally as well. So then you can always just place it on there. And if you really wanted to, if you laminated it, if any of my customers want them laminated, and I do offer that for them, they're A3 size, and mark up as exactly as you want it to be, and then laminate it, and it will last you so much longer. Okay, so that's my panels on there. Bring my original back. Okay, now I have this one here to go in the center. Now I am going to place this is because it's raised here, I need to fill that void in the middle. Otherwise it's just going to be sitting floating. So I'm just going to find in my bits and edges here. This one I do. So here I have got, this is my thriftiness, I have got the edges of the mini dimensionals. So I'm just going to cut a couple of pieces, the same width as kind of the arches are, and I'm going to pop them down in the center here. Okay, it seems a bit strange, but it's going to then bring it up to the same level as the other pieces were. I hope you understand my rationale. Okay, and then take those off. Now this is then going to sit over the top of those in the center. Okay, so the points in the middle there, the indented pieces are going to be in the middle. And then when you're happy, you're going to pop that down there. If you wanted to, you could put some tape, some Tombow either side of that. I really don't think there's enough need because the dimensionals are so strong. We've got really good quality ones. So that's all there for now. And I've got the sentiments. Let me come on to those. These are also reduced. These are the greetings for you. Oh, I forgot to say, if the traditions of Christmas papers come back in again, they are actually reduced. I think they've got 10% off. They were £16 originally because they're foiled. They are down to £14 something, and I can't remember the amount, but they are reduced. So if we can snap any more up, then we will. These are the greetings for you mix and match ephemera pack. So these were £8. They're now £7.20 here in the UK. And I'm just going to open up one of our empty stamp cases. You actually get 6 sheets of these in a pack, and there's 3 different ones. So they fall out quite, you know, if you're pulling one out, you might pull out more than one. That's why I keep them in a box all together. But you've got several greetings, different ways, different fonts. So that's the whole of the 3 sheets. You can see I've used quite a few already. On this card, I've used Season's Greetings, but there's one down here. But we can use anything else that we want to use. You can just mix and match them, whatever you like. So I might use a Merry Christmas today. That's another long, thin one. So I'm just going to pop these out. They are on board. They're quite substantial. I do love them because they're foiled and they're gold. That ticks all the boxes straight away. They are adhesive backed. So if I bring that up to the camera, there are actually lines through here where it divides the tape. So if you wanted to, you could actually just peel all of this off and then stick it down, which is what I'm going to do today. If you wanted to use 3D, if you're putting on another project and you wanted it flat onto cut but 3D, I would suggest the backing on here, normally I'd say remove them and put a dust buddy across just to dull the stickiness. But I would say just to leave these on. These are so strong. The adhesive on these are really strong. So I'm just going to pull these off on this one. You could put the foam pads on here. I've got no worries of these ones actually peeling off. They are so good. You don't want to send a greeting to somebody and find that suddenly in the post, the backing papers have come off and the greeting's fallen off. So I'm just going to leave this over here and pop that through the middle, like so. There you go. So you can see which one's mine and which one is the sample one. Okay, so that is my finished project. You can see the paper's just positioned slightly differently. So that is the card finished. I will put liner in. I haven't put liners in these yet. All you need is another piece of white card and then just put a matte layer inside. We're using the One Sheet Wonder templates today. So these don't incorporate any extra to be for the decorating envelopes or for the liners of your cards. But this is one of the envelopes I've just decorated ahead of time. Just put some Tombow around the edge here. Have a strip of papers and then lay that over the top. Press it down firmly, turn it over and just snip around the edges, okay? And just snip around them neatly. Gives us a lovely finished card, and then that makes your project really more special. Okay, so that with an extra piece from my scraps, just down the inside of a liner, would be a beautiful finish for that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one there, and I'm going to show you my other samples. In fact, let me just lay these out with that one. My name, you can probably still see that on there because the camera is kicking up quite a wide gap. So this is my sample, so it's just a slightly different one. So in no particular order, these are the rest of the cards. I haven't shown you the ribbon yet. Let me just get that forward. This is the Real Red shiny ribbon. Where does it say that for me? What does it say on here? Shiny ribbon. So it's Real Red shiny ribbon. It's 1/2 foot and 1 inch wide, 1.3 centimeters. It's got a very flat, beautiful shimmer in here. You can't see it too well on the camera probably, but I'll just bring it up just out of the shadow, so hopefully you might catch a little bit of it. But it's like a glimmer paper, a smooth glimmer paper. It's a little bit dull on the back, so when I tie a bow, I try and make sure that I've got it twisted in the middle so that the outside will you can see both sides. So that's what I've done on this next card. So this is panel in the bottom right hand corner. So that one just with a 1/4 inch matte layer, and this one is another of our sentiments, and I have stuck it onto a piece of gold foil, and then adhered that down and 3D'd it here. Okay, this one here is the panels at the is that one again? There's 2 panels similar. I've got a feeling that's one. No, there's bigger panels. Yes, I did it with this one, so I'm not sure what's happened there. That is a different one over there, but I did these as a set. This is the middle one, but that's just a different layout for you. I don't know if I can try and lay these all out together. And then, so this is the 3 inch by 3 inch. So we just matte a layer, just 1/4 inch bigger. And this one I've stamped, of course, in Secret Sea, which is the card that I've chosen. I chose the colour Secret Sea because it's a nice neutral base, and this particular paper has got that as a background in the background there. So these other 2 ones I've done here. I have used the pine trimmed those Christmas trees, and I've heat embossed those. So if I bring them up closely, this one was all in one, so I can see on the camera. So this one is gold embossed, just stamped with Versamark, sprinkled some gold powder on, and I've stamped Oh Christmas Tree from that stamp set bundle. And I've just softened the edge because white on white didn't really go. I've softened the edge with a little piece of sponge dauber, and just gone around those edges just to break that whiteness. Okay, and then the same with this one. I've used the heat embossed tree again, but these are the little squares that were down the top right hand corner, 3 1-inch squares. So they've just been matted a little bit bigger, a 1/4 inch bigger. And before I stuck my white layer down this time, I put a piece of tape across here, tear and tape, laid my ribbon on, turned the ends under so it's nice and neat on these edges, no frayed pieces. And I actually split the greeting on there, the Oh Christmas Tree. I didn't know how to put those words, and in the end I decided I'd fussy cut them, so I've got Oh Christmas Tree coming downwards on there. Okay, so I hope you like those. And this one was just a loop of that ribbon, and the disc in here was a circle cut from the Stylish Shapes again, one of these circles here, and then one of the sentiments from here you'll see in the corner here, the round ones were in there. Okay, so all from a very small kit basically, and you'll see how they've all come together. So just one last thing before I go, just to say about tying a bow. Now this is on camera, and of course I'll hope it'll go right. I make a bunny's ear in this hand, a little loop. I make another bunny's ear in this hand. I just put a loop there, so I've got 2 fingers like that. I simply cross those over and bring that loop through the middle, and there is my bow. It might not look pretty to start with. Okay, so then I pull the tail, very cruel I know, and pull these tails down while it's still loose, and then I want to get this one, so instead of being matte, it's the shiny piece, so I'm going to twist that over at the back, and as I pull that tight, I'm tightening it with that twist in the middle at the back. Okay, so I hope you understand that. And then just make those smaller again, bring them tighter, keep this twisted at all times. So bring that over. It's just a case of shaping it, that's all. So it loosens every time you shorten the tails, but we can keep this twisted on the back until you reach the desired finish that you like. Okay, I want that one a little bit smaller. See, I'm pulling this one bigger. It's got to come down a little bit. Okay, keep that twisted underneath. And then just pull it as you want. Okay. And then that, nearly. Right, this one's bigger, so I'm going to have to make this one bigger. Just doesn't want to shrink. There we go, and there is my bow. And as you can see on here, it's got the shiny side all the way around. When you actually stick this down, I use on the back here, I use mini glue dots. Just stick it onto the little mini glue dot, and then I like to put 2 down just to secure the tails against this piece. So when it goes on your project like here, it goes nice and flat. Okay, and to make the ends on here, I did it on this one. Can you see I've got flagged ends on here? That one I could not get to twist at the right place. So I like to just fold this into the center. So you've got a fold, and you want your points on the outside of the ribbon to be on a diagonal. So just snip that across there, and you will get a little flag in the middle. Okay, you want to do this one the same sort of length. So if you know where you're going to go to, okay, you want the outsides, the longer one. If you use the heel of your scissors when they're getting a little bit blunt, you'll find that the heel is sharper. So you go in, the heel is the piece in here. Instead of using the snips, come in here and you'll find that's sharper to do your little tails. Okay, so I hope you like that, and that was just to stick my bow on there like so, with the shiny side upwards on both of them. Okay, so I'll leave that one there. And I think that's all for my presentation today. Like I said, the tutorial is available if you make a purchase from your Stampin Up demonstrator, who's one of the presenters in this group, then you will get the tutorial. The tutorial is ready to roll as soon as my link for today goes over and adds on there. So that's really good news. And of course, we will be here again in 2 months, and we'll have another presentation for you, which will actually take us, I believe the dates are January. I haven't got them to hand, but I know they're January. They will be in the group and they will be posted, if not already. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. I appreciate your time. Sorry I was late. Life just gets in the way sometimes, and I've been through quite a lot. Yes, it's one of those times. Hadn't had time to record a video before I went away, and not been kind since. So it's I'm here and I'm done for this couple of months, and then we'll be back with you after Christmas. And I just wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I know it sounds a little bit early, but we're in December now. So happy Christmas, and I will be doing some Twixmas classes here for my ladies between Christmas and New Year. So we're going to have some fun, and I will see you all in January. So bye for now and take care.